Podcast 202.
Hi. Yeah, here we are.
You're being screwed up.
Well, it's getting slowly getting better.
Yeah, you guys are getting really good there.
We were kind of talking about it in the back room before this whole thing started. How do you guys feel about a year-round bowling all the time?
You know, I try to build in some pre-bowl days. I try to build in some actual spares just to take a break from bowling. And like even this summer, like a month off at a time does not feel like enough. It does not feel like enough.
I think it's important if you have a chance for a break, you to give yourself a break. If that's possible. I mean, for those that are so fortunate to play Open and Masters Nationals and Tour Finals, I mean, like Tyler here, you don't really have a time for a break on that aspect. But if you're able to have a little bit of a break, I think it's a good thing just maybe not to be at the lanes.
Yeah.
I didn't bowl for 3 weeks. It was great.
It's crazy.
But I am understanding. I understand why some golfers don't play every possible event.
Yeah. Fair.
The last thing you want is to be burned out before the season flips over. It starts all over again.
Mm-hmm.
Really.
It's a long season for everyone, right? I didn't throw any balls from Heritage actually until Tour Finals week, but I don't know if I would have been more prepared if I even bowled throughout the summer for it. I just you can only do so much. Most of us have muscle memory anyways, right? So we're pretty good at that aspect. Trying to get that back in.
I feel like we created the problem with like the WCBT, the 8-gamer, the 5PL, Tour Finals. Like we kind of filled in all the extra free space that there was.
Yeah.
That was our bad.
Yeah.
It's your own list.
Yeah, I mean, I think it hit a different market than what we were looking at, and it's not like you other than the Tour Finals, a lot of this other stuff is all optional. So if you're a gamer, you're going to be wanting to play this, right? If you want to participate, that's up to you. So it's not like we push the schedule to make it worse. It's an option for somebody who wants to, right? So
yeah, it's a pay to play. You don't have to play if you don't want to.
I mean, for those people out there, like I know in Calgary, Tracy Messer plays absolutely everything, and he loves the game. I absolutely respect that. I just don't have that time. Maybe because Dex and I are always at the center. Maybe that's it too. But this is kind of an afterthought for me at the moment.
Yeah, I would imagine it's quite a bit different for you guys being at the lanes at least 5 days a week, right? Like that takes up such a big part of your bowling life already, and then you got to spend your free time doing it as well.
Honestly, I'm gonna be completely honest with you. In the last decade, like I think the one time that I sat there and was like, "Wow, this is fun," was like Regina after COVID. Like I remember sitting there being like, "Wow, I'm enjoying this. This is fun." It's probably the only time in the last decade that I look forward to something. Like that's bad. That's really bad.
But anyways, we love this sport and we're here to promote it, and we're so
yeah. This is a podcast about bowling, and
take a break.
I think winning is fun. No, I think that's what we all strive for. I think that's what I think we're okay with that.
Exactly.
You know what was fun? Winning the Gallagher Cup. That was real.
Probably got to experience that. There's a new experience, eh?
It was fantastic. I know why you guys are happy all the time now.
Look, I'm not gonna lie, Carrie. I really wanted to win.
I know.
Okay, so it's the Gallagher Cup. The Gallagher Cup is a great thing, but ultimately it's a fun event, right? It's a fun event. And like, I'm not gonna lie, Carrie. Last year when you guys lost, I have never seen a person more dejected,
so fucking mad
ever in my life in bowling. And I'm looking over and I'm like, This is the one. This is the one that could. So then this year is like, let's
do it again.
And it didn't happen.
Yeah.
But
No, that's fair. It's fair. Of all the events, of everything I ever play, losing last year in the Gallagher Cup, because it was so close. Like it came down to the last two matches, right? There was a chance to win it, and it's something that I had my hands in creating and stuff like that. It's just like it was so dejecting. It was just like, man, this is the year. I don't know if we're ever gonna win this one. And then I fixed the system like Tim keeps implying, and we won.
There you go.
Hey,
You need a new spot. I mean, you guys were so bad that your sponsor quit.
Yeah. Well,
like,
who took home the trophy?
It wasn't.
Schwartz took it to the home building center to display.
Perfect.
oh,
All right,
okay, that's
good.
awesome.
Yeah,
That's
I
awesome.
was
As
like,
he should. As he should.
I looked at it. I was like, we don't have a trophy. I don't know if somebody took that again. We'll see a video later on that. But it was like,
Check the
okay.
security
Honestly, it was
cameras.
good.
Yeah, someone's gonna leave it up front of the bowling alley with $100 under it.
I have a few different like thoughts on why we lost. First, I think that our color coordination wasn't there. We had a different color yellow to match with the other yellow.
We had a different color pink as well, though.
Yeah, but it was pretty noticeable.
So
like,
next
it
year,
was,
start with the hats and then do the shirts
And,
based on
the match.
and color match.
yeah. And then I think I told him I think Matt Harms wrecked it for us. He wasn't very good. I told him. Yeah, I said it. I mean, he didn't know how to take it. But yeah, I don't blame Tyler. Tyler it was his first time. Matt's been there. He knows how to win.
Tyler McLean for those listening.
Yeah, for those listeners, Tyler McLean.
Yeah.
If anybody hasn't gone and watched it, I went back and I like skipped through it a bit, listened to the commentary, or watched the graphic and stuff like that. It was really good. That was the smoothest year. We didn't have any technical issues like we did last year. It looked awesome. And it looked good because we're hoisting a trophy after, but
Yeah.
Len did a lot of trash talk and then backed it up with absolute garbage. And it was fun to watch. He couldn't tell whether people had left arms or right arms or what they were using. He was clueless.
He's on the winning team.
It is definitely a great time. I do enjoy it. I do enjoy the camaraderie of both teams. I mean, as in like your team's cheering, you're watching. Most you're down in the pits watching and cheering on the rest of the team. I do enjoy that aspect of it. And obviously there's a little bit of bragging rights. I do think Kerry being dejected last year was exactly how Johnstone felt this year when Kerry beat him. Like I was, it was, Johnny didn't take it very well. It just means like a nothing event where you make nothing out of it is a big event for us, right?
Yeah.
So got another shirt I'll put up in the closet and collect dust because I don't think I'll wear it because I don't wear those shirts after. I like them; they look beautiful.
I think this might be the first one that I actually will wear again.
Yeah, I'll be wearing this one.
I
This one's cool.
like the
I
purple
really like
one.
the ones
I
from
like the
last
blue
year.
one we had. I like the yellow one, the white one. Yeah, if you want to put
I
me
still
on,
wear my blue one. I don't know what the problem with your white one was. That was a good year.
I can't go around elementary schools wearing that thing. That thing just shows everything, right? But
You look like Scuba Steve.
yeah, and
I
then-
did tell Carrie before we started bowling that if our team lost again, your team was only allowed to wear the white shirts moving forward.
all I know is
I
that
still would have worn it, and it would have been hilarious, and we still would have won.
all I know is if I'm fortunate enough to make the Gallagher Cup again, our team will have like 4 first-round picks. So, just how it works. No, if you think about it, I mean, our team did, I think, pretty good. We lost a couple games we needed to, but our team Team J Brains has Schultz. We have Weber. We have Davies. So if any of those guys come back, we get them back on the team. So it does bode well for us in the future. So, and I don't think we would have had another Gallagher Cup if we won. I think it would have been a format change.
Yeah, I would cancel that event. So if people didn't watch, Team Schwartz broke the 3-year reigning streak of J Brains. Won 13-8. So like that's a blowout according to Gent. Like that is a complete wash. You guys shouldn't even show up next year. And
So good news for you, Jason. We did that once. Tim threw up into a garbage can, and the footage disappeared.
I can't find the footage. I don't know where it's at. It's got to be somewhere.
At one point, I shot 23 balls in 2 minutes. Tim threw up into a garbage can, and it's gone.
And I beat Weber. I kind of cheated, and I beat Weber. I threw 2 balls at once down 2 different lanes, and I scored strikes, both of them, and it worked out.
I almost destroyed a camera. It was a good.
I didn't feel so bad about that one because that would have been your own camera, not us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is there a particular event you guys like in the Gallagher Cup, Tyler? I know they keep cutting you off. It looked like you wanted to talk a few times.
Oh, that's okay. Like I have a little bit of a lag today, so I'm trying to like time this, but it's just like a half second delay. Do I have a favorite event? I don't know. I like bowling, so I like the events where you get to play a whole game. But I really enjoy the Irish doubles and trios because without fail, someone always comes back to throw their second ball. And I just love people getting flustered when they're like, "What do you mean I don't get to go for my spare?"
Yeah. I like the strategy with the Irish doubles or Irish trios. Yeah, Irish trio specifically. I like the strategy with it because you start watching somebody like Lenny who goes up and punches twice in a row or 3 times in a row because you punch, you're guaranteed to throw the first ball the next one. At what point do you deliberately just miss? Right?
Yeah.
You just miss
Lonnie was.
purpose.
Oh, you go for it no matter what.
No,
100%.
but like, okay, if you're in the rhythm of punching and you punch 3 times in a row, why wouldn't you rip out the left 3-2 and let somebody spare it? But time out. What happens if that person misses the spare and you're back in the normal groove? Then you're in the same position you were in before.
I don't know.
Trash.
I like the Irish doubles and triples. I like the best ball one too, where you can see who gets the best score. I like those ones.
My only issue with that is when Carey throws a 6-bagger and Sly plays 2 frames.
It is what it is, though.
I mean, realistically, we don't have to play it that way. It just sort of like grew into that. Like when we did it last year, I feel like we did that until like 3/4 of the way through, and you're like, I'm just gonna just put in the strike and move on.
Yeah.
So, and then this year, just everyone did it from the start.
4 lanes going.
Yeah.
We could have used 15-16 too.
Yeah, you guys figure out the cameras for it then.
Well, I think the camera's already built in on that. We could have done that video. Anyways. Oh, okay. See, look, Tyler, bad idea. But another reason why we lost is Mark Miller. Because if you saw Mark was the least clutch player. Like, if you want him in anchor, you might as well just give you the points. Like
Miller won you guys the second match of the day. I don't know what you're talking about. He picked the pin to win.
Yeah, but he also lost. Yeah, and Miller played Parker.
Yeah, that's right. In that doubles match.
Yeah.
That was funny. Yeah.
It was funny because he doesn't actually feel comfortable in anchor at all. And every one of the team ones, they put him anchor. And he's like, why? Why? Don't let this get to me. And it does. Yeah. Honestly, it's fun. Like I said, like I enjoy the Irish doubles and the trios the most, I think.
It's just so different. Like we don't have anything else. Like we have a Scotch doubles event and we have regular Baker events. And then the 10-player one too it would be more fun if it ever came down to it.
Yeah. Fair.
Maybe one day.
When
I-
Carrie
I-
rigged it
I-
after we
The
won a few
thing I
more
like about the
years.
trios and the doubles too is I think one game was a doubles match or was it the trios match? But you guys on your Schwartz side, you guys had like five to 8 spares on the one team on the one
Or
side. It was
first
a lot
man.
of right, and it was crazy in a good way because picking up the spares is harder than throwing the strikes, right? And so I enjoy watching that kind of good bowling, whether it's against you or not. You just have to kind of applaud them and just see like, hey, great job, right?
Yeah.
And
It's something else just to get players like you're saying, the camaraderie, the get everything together, get them at least throwing balls, because like you're right, Tim, like you didn't throw a ball since May, so like it gives you something prior to the tour final.
Mhm.
And it, like Sly said it, I was listening to the commentary today. Even Sly said, he's like, this is a chance to play with people across the country that you'll never get a chance to play with, right? Unless you play like a Baker's event at a tour stop or something like that. It gives you a chance to play with 10 other people or 9 other people that you would never get to play with. And
It's really good practice for learning how to play off a bench.
yeah, because there's lots of downtime.
Yeah, you get like an hour, but okay, let's go. How much is this gonna hurt? All right.
I mean, I guess you get a 15, 16 as warm up too on the side.
Nope.
For you.
Real
Screw it.
athletes don't need it.
Get at it.
Yeah. All right, just be that way. But okay, yeah. Anyways, but
So butthurt. Yeah, fair, Len, fair. I can't believe you guys wouldn't take a bet beforehand. Like, how chicken shit.
we were smart.
Yeah, well, clearly you were, but
Okay, but let's talk about this. I know you guys have done this in the past, and team loses, coaches out, and I think that's garbage. Our coaches are proven winners. You guys kept up with your coaches because none of them knew how to.
no, that was just
We're
the rule from
75%.
no, that was just from day one that we decided that the losing team would have to rotate captains. That way you would bring in different people. That was all. It wasn't against anybody.
I'm pretty sure that's not how it went.
Yep.
Hmm.
COVID happened, so we couldn't do it the very next year. So you just forgot because it was 3 years later.
Hmm.
Yeah, I mean, Tracy, Greg's been great. I know Daryl was involved there for a bit.
hmm
Yeah.
Tracy replaced Greg or replaced Daryl, right?
Yes.
I think
Yes.
so. And Greg was, yeah.
Yeah.
So because Daryl went on to the losing team.
Because Daryl was playing and got drafted. Yeah.
No, it was Tracy and Daryl the first year, pretty sure.
No, Tracy was playing the very first year.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah, you're right.
Mhm.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
That's right. Yeah.
I just remember her being there.
But yeah, it's been fun. I don't know who our next captains will be. I know they already sort of talked about that, and I think that's up to Carrie and Robert on the situation, and we'll go from there.
Yeah. No, there's lots of talk, and obviously I think it's a great idea, but I don't know if Sean, now that he's a sponsor, like I get it, but Sean has already been a captain and he lost. Like, how do you get asked to come back so soon? I
And
don't
is
know.
he going to be captain of the opposing team to his team?
Yeah. That's the thought.
That's all. Huh. Hmm.
Fuck off, Len. Okay.
Jesus.
Get him, Lynn. Yeah. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Obviously, we got a whole full season before we get to that point.
Yeah, who knows? Who maybe one of us don't make the team, and then maybe they are. You just never know, right?
Yeah.
So Yeah.
And plus the other person that they were talking about, obviously people can go to live streaming here. The other person was JB, for him to arrange a flight and all that stuff just for that event. I know JB is all about bowling and he would probably make that work. That's just a
Yes.
big ask. And we want to let him sit on it a little bit before he commits to doing something like that. But yeah. Should we move on, or is there anything else we want to talk about? There was really no shit talking going on, was there? Just Len.
Just
Yeah,
Len.
just a
Just
little
Len.
bit. Nothing substantial.
Actually, I think there's more shit talk within the team.
Oh yeah, there was lots of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that was more or less that. I don't think we really even talked to the other team, to be honest with you. A lot of us.
No, we kind of stayed in our own groups.
Yeah, fair.
It was good. It was good.
It was good though. Yeah, good amount of people that showed up, and it was, and obviously a lot of viewers. I don't know how many people were watching at once,
Oh man,
but
there's like
it seemed
100,
like there was
120 live, I think.
oh, perfect. There we go. Yeah, that was better.
Pretty
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what else we got going on here? Obviously, we have the 8 gamer. We should probably talk about it.
This insane scores.
Yeah.
Wild.
Like, there's already 6 2300 plus. Like, obviously, we should talk about Rylands.
Yeah.
Perfect game. 2809, 351 average.
Wild.
Yeah. I know there's been lots of discussion on Facebook about it. But I get what people are saying about Bonnie Doon. It is a high scoring house. That's where most of the national records are held now. I do get it, but you got to be top 24. Who cares if you don't beat Ryland?
Look, and
It's
here's
different in playoffs.
well, you're exactly right. But at the end of the day, I want to make this side of it perfectly clear. Bonnie Doon is certified. There's tons of centers out there that are not. But Bonnie Doon is certified. They have everything done properly. Yes, they are 17 centers, but so are a bunch of other centers across the country, and their pinfall isn't the same. It's not their fault that pinfall is really good. You can't bash a center because their pinfall is really good. And the day that we start excluding centers because their pinfall is good, that is a horrible thing for the game completely. We need the proprietors. They do a great job at their center. They do a great job at their maintenance. Everything is good. You can't be mad at a place like that. At the end of the day, if you're mad about it, you got to find a way to get your center to have better pinfall, because you can't be mad at these guys for having good pinfall. And
No. And again, they're certified. I mean, I can tell you how many other good centers across the country are good scoring. Maybe it's the center, or maybe it's just the caliber of bowlers we have here. Maybe I'm going to stir the pot there. Maybe that's also part of the thing there too. But I mean, you look at Golden Mile, and Golden Mile it's not as crazy, but like
It's good. Look at the Regina Classic. Right? People can't say crap about Bonnie Doon when you play the Regina Classic and the cuts are 280 plus.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sorry, it's a good scoring house.
Again, you look at Donnie, you look at Kevin. Those guys have put in the effort to make it like it's make their maintenance that good, right? So
exactly.
Obviously, it tells you that Sherwood Park is lacking in maintenance, right? But
100%.
But
Wow.
But I mean, you look at a Newfoundland. There's a 435, right? I mean, Brad had a 435 out there. Paradise is good scoring, but I mean, like Plaza is a great scoring center. So, yeah,
we were just in Winnipeg, and honestly, Rosmere Polo played phenomenal. They played phenomenal. Like, it is what it is.
No, I know. I just wanted to address the fact that people were saying it and they were like, "Oh, we're not going to play because of that." He's one person in one center, and you don't have to beat him in qualifying. You have to beat him in playoffs. And
Mhm.
in 3 games, anybody can be beaten. His 3-game start can be beat. So let's not say we're not going to play a tournament because of one player. I think that's ridiculous, and that's a bad outlook at the game if that's your
Mhm.
problem.
100%. Yeah, it's not Ryland's fault. He played so well there.
Nope.
That's unbelievable.
Yes, Sin, you're ready. You're right. Ball speed is big. If you throw like a faster or a little bit more of a faster ball than you, yeah, for sure you'll score more.
Yeah.
Luke, why there isn't a WCBT event there? Honestly, why TPC isn't there? It was kind of a long story. It used to be at Bonnie Doon called the Rose Bowl, and then the Rose Bowl kind of disbanded, and it went. There's some committee issues, and so it went to Collingwood and made the TPC. And Scott Barber, friend of the show, he won the first one there.
Mhm.
And then after Mark won and Collingwood closed, and then they offered it actually to Martin and Bonnie Doon, and they said no. And then that's when they asked us. So
Yep.
It kind of came full. That's how TPC ended up in Sherwood Park.
Yeah, exactly. And there is already obviously the TPC at Sherwood. So to start another WCBT event in another Edmonton Region Center, it doesn't make any sense when there's so many other places that want to run tournaments.
So
Yeah.
the cut line back then is completely different. The pinfall, 15, 20 years ago was not what it is now.
What
at all.
would the cut be? Probably close to Golden Mile would be my guess.
Yeah,
I think so.
I'd say probably 2250s. 2250s.
You know, it's funny because you look at, I know you see the scores, but then you look at, I know Weber and Open Nationals, the scores were good, but you also look at our Masters. We had our Masters there. You may only, I was only went over 2,400, and then there was a couple 23s, but everybody else wasn't like extraordinary, right? It wasn't like out of this world, like it was just normal. So
yeah, like a 2809 people, like that is something else. That's not what happens every day at Bonnie Doon. That is a ridiculous score that was unreal for Ryland. Like Ryland played, that is a ridiculous score. That is not going to happen every day. Ryland steps on the lanes at Bonnie Doon lanes. I'm sorry.
That means he put 75% of his shots like perfectly on the side. Like he played absolutely phenomenal. Bonnie Doon is a great scoring house. 2,800 is a massive rarity.
Yeah, right. 2,800 with a 237. And first game. And I will say he probably plays any other center. He probably shoots, if he's playing that well, 2,500 at least, probably. Like I can't see otherwise why he wouldn't if he's in the side that much. Oh, I thought Carrie froze.
I missed Tim's rant.
You did. Yes, I did. Yeah.
I think the other side that like the reason we don't see cuts getting much higher than 2250 is because the environment and like the psychological side of it too, right? Like when you're playing right beside 45 other people who are trying to shoot as high as they can, kind of being, as opposed to being on your own and you can just focus on what you're doing. Again, like 2,800 is insane. That is incredible bowling. But again, like you put someone in a scenario where they have to watch 40 other people try and do what they're doing, there is a mental aspect that you have to consider too, right?
Yep.
Yeah. I think that's the unique thing about the 8-gamer too, is like he got to play that on pace, right? That's his pace. That's not people interrupting it. That's why, like, with all the other factors, like obviously you're never going to take that score away from him, but other people can't look at it from like, oh, at a WCBT event, like that's a ridiculous score. You'll never get to that. You're right. But when you're bowling by yourself in perfect conditions, like I wouldn't be surprised if we're going to see 24 and 2500s in this 8-gamer this month.
Yep, absolutely.
I would not be surprised.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Do you think it's just jealousy? I think it's a little bit of jealousy.
Well,
100%.
I think people can see it and they don't get a chance to play there and they hear the stories, right? Like, because Bonnie Doon did have ridiculous years with the Super League and stuff like that. There was perfect games happening all the time. that's the history of the center and the amount of work that they put into it. And it was the Super League. Like everybody talks about Southern Ontario, Alberta, Manitoba, all these great teams that have always happened. When you have all those players in the same league playing week in, week out against each other, you're gonna have scores like that. And Bonnie Doon is a well-maintained center. Like
Yep.
I'm sure, like, look at Dakota Lanes last year, their Super League. Wasn't there was scores coming out crazy out of that center, right? Like just because it gets a lot of publicity because we run a lot more tournaments here in the Edmonton region. We happen to talk about more about on podcasts. It gets a lot more attention to it. And I think that's probably why it draws a lot more flack, which is fine. That's the spotlight we put on it. But
Dakota is so easy. Ryan OC won a Masters event there.
He wasn't even a master.
it's very true. Very true.
But
Yeah.
yes, I think there's that aspect, right? And so I when you're talking about Bonnie Doon, I also think there's a lot of pressure to be there. If you're playing an event and you're playing Masters or you're playing the Open qualifying, right? We all know if somebody else is hot, the scores are going to be there. But if you're struggling, you got a little bit more pressure to play because
Ty knows this all too well.
True?
Ty with his Open qualifying. 4 games in, he's not averaging 300, and he's losing his flipping mind. Like, dude, it's freaking
Because I was
fun.
averaging 270 and I was not on a team. I'm gonna have a conniption.
Yeah, but I mean, in that aspect, we know we're going to play St. Albert, and St. Albert's it scores, but it's not nearly what it is at Bonnie Doon. And you know that the players who are able to play well will come out of that day.
Yeah.
Usually,
And it's no different. Like when we go to Regina, you hear it all the time. You hear people talking, it's like, oh my god, like I can't shoot 22-40 to make a cut. Like it's no different. It's no different. It's the same thing.
Yeah. So with that being said, there's already 75 entries signed up and paid and ready to play. So that's amazing. Thank you very much, guys. We're not even halfway through the month. Pretty close, obviously, but 47 people have played already, and the cut line right now is at 1998. Obviously, it's not going to stay there, but don't be afraid to play.
And
Yeah.
you're gonna move the cut if we get more entries.
Yeah, so the top 24 is based on up to 200, up to 250. I think we're going to hold it at top 24. If it goes over 250 entries, then I think we'll have to add some spots. And remember, it's a top 48 cut or a top 48 payout, but it's a top 24 playoff. So if you read the flyer, everybody, and all that good stuff, we pay out the top 48. It's just a playoff system of 24. So you still get some money even though you may not make playoffs.
That's the way to do it.
Yeah,
Make some money.
of course.
Don't have to bowl anymore.
Well, it's not
That's how I
great
feel
money.
about fantasy golf.
Oh frick! You beat me last week, didn't you? Like I actually had a good week, and
I
you
did.
happened to have the guy that won the tournament. And I was like, I
actually
cannot wait for fantasy golf to be over.
it's actually good now because I think we're in the FedEx Cup, right? So if your players aren't in the FedEx Cup championship, you're not playing.
Yeah, I'm gonna lose about 4 of my players, I'm pretty sure.
And
I
I will
didn't know
know
that.
it.
I'm gonna have to do some looking.
No, it's Tyler. It's over. Like, don't even bother looking. It's over.
Oh, he's ahead of me. By a long
I think
shot.
Jeremy's.
I'm
Jeremy's
one
out of last spot.
No, he's not.
Oh, he's fell back into last spot?
He's last spot. I'm tied with him, but he's technically 12th because I had head to head.
Oh. He was so happy when I talked to him the other day. He's like, I'm out of last spot. I'm like, oh, that's great for you. Apparently not. Sorry.
He's not.
Well, I mean, let's put it this way: Dexter's team. Are you big sticks, little balls?
Yeah.
Okay, you literally have almost 4,000 less than he does in points.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
Like,
I've
your-
had a lot
your
of
team-
negative weeks.
Your team is 1,000 back on the second most least amount of points, and then after that, 4,000. That's really bad. When you have 7,000,
Yeah,
that is so
it's
bad.
not good.
It's not
What do you
good.
want me to tell you?
Is there playoffs for this, or is just whatever?
It's playoffs. It's playoffs. Top 6, I think.
Is there consolation?
Yeah, I believe so. The last 6 play consolation,
Okay.
I believe.
I think I don't.
I'm sure it's set up that way. I haven't looked at it in a while, but
I don't know. I'm right behind you, Carrie, by 1.
yeah, I know I've been coasting. I haven't really looked. I should probably pay more attention, but I was trying to focus on my fantasy baseball and try and get a last spot there.
Yeah, me too.
Good luck.
I'm playing Ty, so that helps me out there. Ty's a plug in that, so
In baseball,
baseball.
Yeah.
I crushed Katie. That's all that matters. Oh yeah, I'm not doing so great this week, but I also haven't looked. They changed the app, and I'm going to blame it on that. I don't like the new app. I don't know where to find things. I don't know how to move people.
The new app is atrocious.
Oh, good thing I haven't updated.
It just auto updated.
Oh,
and I
really?
woke up and hated my life.
I haven't looked then, obviously. Oops.
That would help you to get out of last.
I'll let my lineup ride. I think I'll be fine.
Why change now?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. What else do we want to talk about? What's going on? We got club tour next week, but we'll do a podcast for that next week.
We still have a wheel. There's like how many? There's 10 topics on the wheel.
Spin a wheel.
Yeah, DJ, spin that shit.
Oh, jeez.
Don't suggest it, then sound pissy about it. Come on.
Well, I just every time I forget that I have to share the screen, and like I know the benchmark is Tim, but I don't want to embarrass myself.
I really want to, Luke,
but
like
screen?
I work days, and it's like all the Kate's games are days, so it's been tough.
Oh boy. Kyle Young suggests that we start another new event, a 5-player team buy-in tournament. Is it feasible?
It's called the 5PL.
Yeah.
I mean, that's ultimately what we want the 5PL to be long term. Like we always talked about having it like in person, week long, or something like that. I'm sure it's feasible, but what's got to go to make it fit?
Yeah, I think. Yeah, so he's suggesting like an open style. You run like a 4-day event. It's definitely feasible, but you would have to lose something, I think.
Yeah.
Because I think let's say, God forbid, Open or Masters decide that they're never going to host a national again. I think you could replace it with a buy-in system, but it would take a catastrophic failure in one of the associations to open up a spot like that, because our schedules are so full already, right?
Yeah.
I think the other side of it, you'd have to think about like how expensive that would be for the center, like lineage, and like 5 people is a lot of people in a lane. You're going to be there for long days.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's feasible, but it's a big commitment from the bowlers because it's pay or play, and then it's a big commitment. You have to have a center that's willing to give up pretty much 4 days straight.
Yeah. Unless you go to like, you get a series of centers that are willing to do it, like in a Winnipeg or an Edmonton, where a center holds it for a day, you move to another center, but then you're restricted to lane beds. Then you like, it's a lot, right?
How does well, let's talk about slow pitch nationals. How does that happen? Do you qualify, or can you pay your way to play?
No, you have to qualify.
Okay.
You
For some reason, I
qualify,
thought
and then the host gets to put a team in without qualifying, but everybody else has to get in via qualify.
Yeah,
Carrie's playing.
I did see
We should
that.
all drive to Kamloops.
And I'm playing Worlds, NSA.
Worlds? Well, that's way better than Canadian.
It's just a name. It's not-
Sounds cool. It sounds like you're like basically one step away from the Olympics.
That's right. This is as big as it gets. Except
Yeah.
there's like several different divisions, and other
Are you in
countries
the-
are way better
Are you
than
in
us.
Are you in the master division, like the 40 plus?
I think everybody that I know that's playing on the team is 40 plus. So yeah,
Anyways, yeah. So what I was saying with when it comes to, like you said, Worlds is pay to play.
it is. Yeah.
So if that's the case, then like I mean, I don't know how. Obviously, diamonds is a big thing, but it's probably first come first serve. I assume, right? It's like you have 16 lanes, you have 32 lanes. It's what you got, right?
Yeah. Fair. Yeah, it'd be first come, first serve. You pay for your spot you're in, right?
Probably no different in the Candlepin Worlds, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if you necessarily get the best quality there. It's just whoever put their money in first and who has the money, right? But
Yep.
Yeah. Oh wow.
E division? E division? Okay, Luke. You should come out west. I'll play ball against you. Yeah, I would think like you probably wouldn't get all the craziest talent across Canada, but you make it expensive enough and a big enough prize pool, you probably do, because then you ain't just gonna have people throwing in money just to put a team in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When is the 5-Pin Universe going to sponsor a team for Candlepin Worlds?
Done. Let's go.
Yeah.
You need to get an invite into that though. You don't Candlepin is not something that you could just
We
sign
know
up.
Freddie. We know Freddie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey,
Get
I might
us
have a
in,
better
Freddie.
chance.
We're going to use our connections.
It's always TPC weekend, isn't it?
Oh, yeah,
Singles
that's
start
right.
the Monday. But you don't have to play singles. You could fly out Monday. You could start, I think teams start like Tuesday or Wednesday. So you could fly out Monday and play on the teams. You just won't play singles.
That's fair.
And
I
like
want to
Paul was
run.
talking
I want to
about,
run down the lane and throw a pin down there, like Freddie did. I seen it.
Did he?
Yeah, he went. I think Schultz had a pin come back out on his lane, so Freddie ran down the middle of his lane and threw the pin back down. I want to do that. Seems like fun.
It is chaotic. It's absolutely chaos.
Super
Like,
chaotic.
But that's what makes it like suit Freddie, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Pure chaos.
Yep. I just want to touch on this really quick. Lenny asking about WCBT finals changing. Come to the AGM on the 19th. There may be some suggestions and voting going on, but there's some ideas floating around. Because you're right, we're getting to the point that it might be time for a format change.
like I said, like we have 5
I don't
tour
know.
winners. You get 5 tour winners automatically in there, pretty much, right? Right,
Mhm.
and then you have a couple seconds.
But
that
then
have-
your top 4 lose their, I guess if you go, like, assuming the format stays the same, but you just go to 16.
No, okay, we can talk about it a little bit. So yeah, Mitch, you're a WCBT member. You can join the AGM. So the idea is the top 12 will still be a thing. It'll be still post-produced and all that stuff, but expanding the field beyond the winners. So having like another qualifying event at tour finals
Oh,
to fill the rest of the spots. But it'll be kind of my thought process was like a FedEx system, right? Your leaders get so many points ahead, and then your spots have to play better to gain those spots back.
Gotcha.
thoughts anyways. We want to bring more people into tour finals, but still reward the ones that played the best throughout the season, because that's the whole point, right?
To be continued at the AGM, should you choose to attend or not.
Correct.
August 19th, what, 8 p.m. Mountain Time?
I believe it was, yeah. It's a Zoom.
It's my bedtime.
I know.
Yeah. It's going to be a long AGM too.
Think
We
so?
should bump it up, but see.
Yikes.
Spin the wheel.
Spin the wheel.
Yes, Cindy, it'll be Zoom.
Yeah, it's Zoom.
My Wi-Fi is so slow. I'm sorry, friends. My Wi-Fi is just it's having a moment. There we go.
Fair, Lenny. I hear ya.
Oh, Katie Rayner making an appearance again. What is your ideal bowling alley layout? Lanes, themes, extra features? I feel like we can all agree that there was a bowling alley that had one feature once upon a time that should be brought back to every bowling center, and that's a punching bag.
Collingwood.
Okay. All right. So I want to say, like, for me, I want to see Heritage's layout, but I want a second tier so that you have your like just above where
The lounge.
the score the counter is at the front. I want a second level above everything so that you can walk around and you can overlook both sides and watch the bowling from up top as well.
Kind of like Glencairn.
Yeah, except Heritage's layout. Yeah.
I thought you were going to say Players Lounge for the WCPT membership.
Yeah, honestly, we were supposed to have that, but somebody was really against it.
Yeah, we don't need that anymore. Honestly, maybe what Brad Wilton said: stripper poles in the back, behind each one of the lanes.
Oh my god!
You won't say like what?
Stripper poles, yeah, that'd be a good one. No, that's his number one feature. For me, I vote for that. See, look, Jeff Watts, no.
Thank you, Jeff. That just killed me. That's funny. Jeff came to TPC one time and he was just kind of hanging out and he looked at me and I'm like, what are you doing, man? He's like, I'm going to the strippers. And I'm like, all right, Jeff. Sounds good. So this is right on Brad. All right.
I do like the two levels. I honestly, it's indifferent. I honestly think the biggest thing for me is having a really good kitchen, right, and some space. I think that's the most important part nowadays. I think bowling's great, but if you have a good kitchen that sells good food, I think that's the most important part right now.
Neb's Fun World.
Yeah, 100%.
Nebs, I mean, yeah.
I was gonna say every bowling alley needs a roller coaster.
Yeah. or a 3-course mini golf.
Marla, I just want to point out that this was a long time ago. Like, I'm not even like this was a long time ago, but it always made me laugh and it stuck in my head. It might have been one of the first TPCs we hosted.
Yeah, I like to. I can't remember who mentioned it. Someone else said it, but the idea of having like a set of lanes. So you have like your main bowling center, and then like for tournaments specifically, you have like 2 lanes with like stands all the way down for like a championship.
That's probably me because like I've talked about doing that in the banquet room forever. Get rid of Brew Crew, put in 2 lanes, have like a plexiglass sort of like half wall all the way down the lanes, have bleachers up against it. But I'd also want to rent that room out for like $400 an hour to corporate parties and just have like a giant room where they've got 2 lanes and use it, but for tour finals and stuff. I think that'd be unreal. I completely agree with you, Ty.
For any bowling alley person who's had bowling tournaments at their center, I think if I had it's as stupid as it sounds. You're talking about that. What about like underneath you can open up comes up from the bottom, but bleachers already pre-built. Like underneath the floor, you hit the button, they all pop out. Because I mean, I love building bleachers, but I think there's other ways around it. Like it'd be way better that way.
So you're gonna have like a false floor with bleachers on it?
Yeah, it's doable.
I need a Christmas tree like that.
Yeah.
I mean, you see it all the time for like TVs inside like a fake fireplace that you press
Yeah.
the button. And
Ty, you know how you fix it, Ty? Don't have a Christmas tree. Like it's
I mean,
pretty easy.
That's where I'm at. But
That's where I'm at. Yeah.
I think like if you're to have any bowling center you could ever have, like you would want like what's that one in Vegas, the stadium?
Yeah. And
They have like 48 lanes on one side, and then they have like a tournament specifically side, like 12 lanes or something like that. Like that would be cool.
is it Golden Nugget?
Yeah, the Golden Nugget maybe.
Yeah. No, it's off the strip.
Oh,
I know what South Point. Maybe no, not South Point.
oh, South Point. There we go. That's what it was.
Scaletta, put a set of lanes outside the parking lot. Probably a toilet for Eager too. That would probably be really beneficial.
These references.
that's a deep one, yeah. That's a deep reference, yeah.
If you have a chance, Tyler, you should look up 300 clubs. They're in the States called 300 clubs.
Are they still there?
I think they're still there. I mean, unless AMF or Splitsville or somebody bought them, but they used to have your regular 20 lanes, and then used to have like a specific 4-lane or 6-lane party area with that on the side there with bar and stuff. So it was that. You're right.
Like Gateway has that.
Mm-hmm.
They've got like their 8 lanes down for their like kids section by their laser tag.
Yeah, I haven't been there in years, but yes, I remember that. Yeah. What is it? 12 and 12, and then 8 down below. 12 on each side and 8 down below.
That sounds right. 32.
Is it that small?
Yeah.
I thought it was more than 12 on the one side.
Maybe 16, and then 12.
Oh, maybe. It's been so long since I've been there too. I don't know. Cool. What else, Ty? Another one?
Another one?
Another
DJ
one.
Khaled, another one. Oh boy, my wheel's getting bare here. I'm gonna need another round of suggestions. Which up-and-comer is most on your radar? From Anonymous.
Ooh.
So what are they considered up and comer?
Let's go
First,
still in YBC.
One rookie year on tour or younger than that?
I would say like still in YBC would be my.
Oh, that'd be tough. Honestly, out of Alberta, I know like the ones that are almost of age, Jordan Lowen and Nathan Vukovic are going to be good players. No doubt about it.
Nathan's played quite a few events already.
Yeah,
Jordan hasn't, though.
He played TPC and he played Calgary. Yeah.
Okay.
But I mean, he both of them can play. I think obviously, I think if JD had a little bit of a down year last year, I think he's only second year senior. That's another one in Alberta. Those are kind of just top of my head there, but definitely Nathan is just a shooter. Like he just throws. The kid just throws.
Did he just miss the Autumn Open cut last year, right?
I think so.
Or
Jordan did. Sorry, I wanted this maybe before I'm kind of in the middle of this. I forgot to mention. I thought it was pretty cool. Tour finals and the Gallagher Cup. Taylor Roswell from Ontario
Yeah.
flew all the way out.
It's
Yeah.
awesome.
Just to watch it, and he's a keener. He likes watching their stuff. He likes following along, and I know he mentioned at one point they're like, "Where do you want to go for a trip?" And he's like, "I just want to watch Tour Finals." Like that was his summer vacation, and for him to come out, we're watching Gallagher Cup, and he actually threw a 380 something first game. He beat all of us that night on lane 8. But it was pretty cool. I mean, and I really appreciate like the top 12 signing his towel, and everybody kind of gave him his time and talked to him and him and his dad. I think it was a really cool moment for me. Yeah.
Cool.
I'm gonna have to say Kira. I mean, she's making cuts still in YBC.
She's gonna be unbelievable.
Yeah. It's kind of an unfair one. I feel like she's already been on tour for like a few seasons. So I'm just like, here's one of the people you gotta beat. She's unreal.
I think she's gotta you have to keep your eye on her to be one of the first women to make the top 12 out of the field that we have playing.
I think if you had like Alyssa's so close. Obviously Baker. So up and comers. I keep thinking of like obviously we did the youth challenge this year for live streaming. That young gentleman from Newfoundland, the two-hander.
Oh,
that he is so ridiculously accurate that if that is how he ends up playing, like he's gonna be tough to beat. I
a lot of
like I know he didn't score the highest or anything, but I don't think I seen him miss what he was aiming at, which is pretty unreal for that age group.
Yeah. I'm gonna say
Accuracy
Matt
is huge.
Smuck.
Oh yeah, is his first year in Masters?
Yeah.
Out of Southern.
He played. I watched him play a couple shifts last year in Nebs, and didn't he make the cut last year or the year before? One of the years he made it.
who's this next?
Matt Smuck.
Oh, okay, yeah. I think Carrie, were you talking about Carter Belbin?
Yes, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I forget who I messaged when we were doing the youth challenge. I'm like, where is this kid from? He doesn't play out of St. John's. He plays out of a smaller community somewhere.
Yeah, and I think he made open provincials too, or open national. No, he can't do that. He played YBC.
No.
He would play YBC nationals the same year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways.
He did good. Obviously Kieran Pillai. He's another one that's played very well on tour. I know he's already done a bunch, but I mean, Will Thompson just came out of YBC and he's played well. Max Gibson's probably another one out there. BC, honestly, a couple of those girls played really good at U Challenge Nationals. I saw. I mean, Madison Richter. I mean, I think if Madison had a chance to play, I think she could be a pretty decent player herself on tour. If she from Smithers, right?
Yeah.
So, there's some really good players out there. Yeah, I think the mind, like the mind's the most important part out there with these kids. If you see them come, but yeah.
So out of who hasn't won a tour event, who's your dark horse that you think will win their first WCBT event?
We always say Wisty, right? But
Wisty doesn't play anymore. Can't include him.
He will be this year.
Sweet.
This is awesome. That's awesome.
that's quite the trip, eh?
I have to say Will.
Yeah.
You know, I was looking at this. You know, what about? I mean, Matthew Harms.
Yeah.
Matt, I'm just looking at the two.
Yeah,
the
Matt
tour
hasn't won any. Yeah.
Sly
Well,
hasn't won.
he won tour finals, obviously, 2023, right?
That I still won't. That's not Sly. Obviously, Sly's won. Dwayne's actually never won a WCBT.
Yeah, he won the Manitoba Open prior and the Quebec Classic.
Yeah.
Rylan Willier won the Beef Bowl, but hasn't won anything.
He's winning Autumn.
He won Autumn Open.
Oh, fuck. He beat me. God damn it.
Wilton, if you're looking at Wilton, Colton. Yeah. Some really good players out there. Wilson hasn't had a chance yet.
Derek Orn.
Derek Horn. He won.
He won Red Deer. Red Deer, yeah.
You're doing great.
Man, I am nailing everyone here.
You're the one that should know better than the rest of us.
I see the names too often. I don't remember who's won what. That's the problem.
I feel like Nelson Frank too. Like he usually goes pretty deep in Regina.
Yeah.
I guess it's just tough when you only play one, right?
Alex Samir.
Alex Samir can play, yeah.
Mhm.
ROC, no, not anymore. He sucks.
I actually Connor Levitt.
Yeah, I mean he's going to.
Yeah, Connor.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Do you think Connor would know if he won?
Well, probably not, but
You know what? Doing his interviews for like Heritage, I mean, as much as he's still goofy, he takes it more serious. And he was talking about like, conserving his energy and not being as goofy and not being as like I mean, still, with the people he likes, he will, but like he was going to just dial it back a little so that he could have like more energy and stuff. And too, so
he knows his game.
He's definitely taking it serious despite his aloof demeanor.
Even Michaela.
Yeah.
I think it'd be a point where she wins. Like there has to be, right? So there's so little events over the year. I mean, like five's not like a whole lot if you're talking about WCBT wins. It's only 5 events a year, right? So
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, Connor.
Well, out of 210 tournaments since 1970 on the WCBT, there's only been 84 winners.
And how many duplicates?
A lot of duplicates. Oh, no, sorry. 84 of them were won by players that have won 3 or more. That's crazy. So, yeah, I should try and figure that out with the actual percentage. But 40% of the wins were by players that have won 3 tournaments or more.
That's a lot.
That's insane.
That tells you how like the tier is, right? Like there was a group of players like Bruce Mortar, Gino Jackson, Frank Levine, Brian Goodhope, Weber, Schultz, Holdsworth, Lenny. Like those guys won 4 or more tournaments, right?
What is that percentage post the start of WCBT?
It's probably roughly the same because he had, if you did multiple winners since the WCBT was created, you had Bradley, myself, Len Anseth. Well, that's it, I guess.
See, because
The rest have been singles.
Look, and I'm not.
And Ty, right?
And me.
Well, I meant like since the creation of the tour. So Tim, your first one was before the tour, right?
No, 2016.
Okay.
Oh, it was. Oh, yeah. Okay. So both your wins were after the start of it.
Yeah.
Weird. All I'm thinking is like I think to me that percentages should be lower, and this is not a knock on like the tournaments of the past, but like before WCBT, I mean like there were 110, 120 entries at these cash tournaments, and now there's 300. Right? There's that like makes it a lot more difficult immediately, you know? So
Yeah.
Too many people that can get really hot on one day.
I'll try and figure that out.
Carrie,
Multi winners, what the percentage is.
Carrie, you're being called out behind the scenes. The gentleman from Newfoundland, his name is Cody,
Cody.
the two-handed
There
thrower.
it is.
Yes. Not
Yeah.
Carter.
Yeah.
Oh, Cody Jacobs. There you
Not
go.
Carter. Cody.
I think Carter was really solid too, if I remember the right. Just really simple, powerful shot. So still not a bad call, Carrie.
I'm just like, those players really surprised me. I not saying that I shouldn't be surprised, but like caught my attention that I think they're going to be really good.
It's a very unique approach. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
If we want to start calling out like real young, what about Lucas McDonald?
That's Damien's?
Yeah.
Or Damien's?
That kid's going to be good. Again, two-hander. But that kid's going to be good.
You think about Calgary in a few years, right? You're gonna have Nathan, Jordan, a lot in a while. They're gonna look real good, right? Derek will be 50 and be out, so Derek's almost really old, so Miller will have his fifth kid by then. But I mean that'll be okay.
Wow.
It's a big jump. They're gonna have
Triplets
in there somewhere.
Yeah.
All right, let's do one more tie and then let's wrap this up.
Oh, one more. I was not for that. What is your aha moment in bowling? From JB, sponsor of Gallagher Cup.
Your aha moment.
When I was in my last year of bowling school, now I'm old, but I'm not that old, but this is going to date me. We're in the last year of bowling school, and I had like this big sort of like loop in my arm swing. It was kind of inside out figure eight sort of style in my arm swing. And when I was there, I had like my coach tell me that there was no reason why you shouldn't average 250. It's consistent. I had like two other people say the same thing and come over and look at it. They didn't want to change it, but I did. But we didn't really have like camera phones at the time. We had phones with cameras, but none of them like videoed. So there wasn't that. So they used to take VHS and they would film you with VHS and then send you home with the VHS. And I didn't get to watch it while I was there at all. But I went home and I remember watching it. We had a TV with a VHS in the party room, and I put it in and I watched it, and I was like, well, that's stupid. And watched my arm swing, and then I went down and I fixed it immediately. Like it was just like it was two shots and like it was gone. I just needed to see it. But after that moment, like my arm swing was straight. Yeah.
Mine was my first year of learning masters, going to the course. I think I've talked about before, my last 3 years of YBC were all 239 average. I couldn't break 240 to save my hide. And then I took a year off for ball. I came back and I went to the masters course. Gino, I think, asked me if I wanted to play masters. So he signed me up, and instantly my average went 255 that season. It's like,
what was that course? What was that course and changed it?
Just throwing a consistent backup ball. Just being more consistent, being more how to hold the ball. I think before I palmed everything. I still kind of palm the ball a little bit, but like before I like shoveled the ball pretty bad. But just learning the simple technique, and then my game's obviously evolved since then, but it's it just instantly changed everything.
I guess I'll go because I mean Ty had his aha moment as soon as he put his shoes on. But actually, Lenny brought. I had a couple of points. Lenny brought a good point. When we played Bonnie Doon growing up, it was a chucking house. It still is. I mean, but you ended up just chucking the ball as much as you ever could. And then we played at Sherwood Park, and nobody really played Sherwood Park at that moment, but that's where we grew up when we were younger, and it was incredibly difficult house. It was really tough, and I learned how to play by getting more roll on the ball instead of more chuck, if that makes sense. Mm-hmm. And then you ended up finding more. I found more. It wasn't like an overnight thing, but it took me a while. And then when you found out to get the roll on the ball, I started scoring in every center, and that changed my game, where I was only playing really in one center. And probably the other one was adults. Obviously, I didn't make it my first open team until I think I was like 22, and masters obviously a little bit later. But I made enough cuts and stuff like that. But I remember making my first cut, and that was in BC. And I made my first cut, and Bruce called me. And I remember Bruce calling me and said, "Congratulations on your first cut. Pretty awesome." I think I made the 16s or 8s that year. And I thought it was kind of an aha moment. Like, Bruce called me. Like, that's pretty cool. Maybe I do belong, right? Did that make sense?
Yeah.
And so like all these little things out there, like, you know, the Taylor experience and stuff like that. All you need is one thing to make somebody feel like they belong and feel like they can do it. And I think that was my adult one. And I'm making, I think, the Open the next year. We won Open Nationals with Bruce, as ironic as it was, right? So yeah.
Do you have anything to say about this?
She's always right about my game, but you know, sometimes you're just in the heat of the moment, and you know it, and just don't know how to say it. That's all. Yeah.
I don't know if I really had. I don't know if I had like a super specific one, but I think like maybe in the last few years, or like since I would say like the last few years that I bowled YBC at Bonnie Doon, and then working with Des the last few years, is like realizing that head pins are not a bad thing, which I know might be like strange, but for my game, I punch a lot, obviously, like that's the one error that I have, but it's not a bad thing because it's so close to being a good shot that it means I'm doing 95% of the things correctly, and I just need to clean up that last little bit. So I don't know.
I like that answer because a lot of people are like, they think a head pin's such a bad shot. It may not be a bad shot; it's a bad location, or it's a bad roll, whatever's going on. But you're hitting what you're aiming at. Now it's just fine tuning it to hit the side or to get the roll out, right?
Don't get me wrong, like I'll punch a head pin and I'll turn around and say, "Oh my god, that was so bad." But yeah, like in the grand scheme of things,
yeah, it's not like you're ripping 3 pins or anything.
No, but I have done that, and I also turn around and say, "Oh my god, it's so bad."
I think Mike's got a point.
I think so. This is Tim's aha moment.
You know what? I did do a photo op this week with Brian OC. Yeah.
I think my favorite part is the fact that he sits there and tries to explain it. You know? It's really too bad he didn't step on it again.
I'm so surprised he risked it one more time.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe.
All right. Well, I think that's a wrap. We'll be back at you guys next week for club tour.
Yeah.
Who should we get on? Last time Jeff England gave us like a whole tour.
Oh, that's true. It
Ooh.
was
so good.
fantastic.
Can we get?
Whoever they got to show us the mini golf.
Ty?
Yeah, I am interested to see. I'm blanking really hard. Just Dad. Is it Jim?
Jim Head.
No,
Tom?
Jim England.
Tom.
Tom. Is it
Jeff and
Tom?
Tom. Yes.
Tom. Okay. Sorry. We should get him. I want to. He made
It's gorgeous.
tour finals is going on Wednesday. But yeah, I want to. So many questions. Like,
Boo, Al.
how does he come up
Boo,
with the
we forgot about
designs?
that.
Yeah, like these people have known for years that we do podcasts on Wednesdays.
It's more important
can't
than any
schedule anything on
tour
Wednesday.
final.
So it everybody gets to play. There's no knockout, right? For tour finals, Mitch can't play after the first round. Oh, can't come on in the first round.
It's like TPC Invitational.
Yeah.
Oh, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I believe so.
Or 2.
5, 4, 3, 2.
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah. I guess we will just try and recap it. I guess I don't know. Is there tour
We
finals?
can get an information sheet.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. See, look.
He'll have some time, eh?
Well, either that or Al, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, Al, just send whoever got knocked out in the first round because we don't go till 9 o'clock your time. Several rounds will be over by then. Just send them on.
Yeah, exactly. 5, 3, 3, 3, 3.
Oh, there we go.
Will Mitch ever come up with an original format, or just take everything out from
5333 is an original format. It's just
No, he modified
closely
it.
related.
Oh.
He modified it.
All right, so Al wasn't just shit talking Mitch. Loser goes live. Perfect. Done.
Easy.
The raw emotions immediately after. I like it. Let's go.
Is that live, or does if so and so comes on and they're waiting to post it or later or anything like that?
No, I think it's live because I think Steve Barker might be live streaming. Don't quote me on that. I thought I heard somebody was going to live stream it. Al would have this insider information.
6:30 Eastern time. So that starts real early for us.
That'd be okay though. No, that's good because by 7 o'clock they'll be done. One set will be done. The 2-hour set. So that's perfect. There we go.
Are you playing Mitch, Al?
That's what he said.
Yes.
Holy shit.
He said loser goes
Sorry.
live. Like,
I
did you miss
see
that
I see what you're
conversation?
saying now. Yep, 100%. Okay, cool. All right. Predictions.
I don't even know who's playing.
I don't have a clue.
Sorry, guys. I am a club tour member from last season, and I don't know. I'm sorry. I should know, but I don't.
Let's look at this. Club tour.
Share your screen, Tim.
Do they have a website?
It's on Nebs, I think.
They do.
All right.
It's online. Thanks, Al.
Oh.
All right.
I don't know where it is.
Someone got it.
We're all scrolling. No one's being successful.
It'd be great if the club tour guy could actually link it.
Oh, Al sent it to me. Sweet.
Oh, cool.
There
Wow.
we go.
Mitch versus Al. Al, have you been throwing balls this summer?
Why are you looking for insider info?
Because Mitch has been there every 3 days. Yeah.
Oh. I'm gonna go with
Talent?
Sean.
Oh, wow. Cowan's coming off a duckpin win.
Another one too, eh?
Yeah.
True.
I think the DeGrazia Sean Barrow match would be good. The Bobby Steph Ponce one is going to be a great one too. You know what? I know Colby's a great shooter, but I want to pick Doug Brock.
They're both great. When Colby goes off, though, you can't stop him. It's wild. I'm gonna go Greg.
I go with my doubles partner Sylvain. Let's go, Sly.
You guys were. That was ridiculous.
We did pretty good. All
You
right.
did all right. We'll save it for next
Well,
week. We'll keep
that's
you
right.
updated.
Yeah, we'll tune in live here at 7:00, and we'll know who's wrong already.
Yeah, true enough. Yeah.
And maybe we can do a watch party. We can share that on here, eh?
Oh yeah, we could.
Actually, let's plan on that. Let's do a watch party. Al, send us who's live streaming it. We will do that in here, and we will watch party it and comment on everything. How's that
Some
for
live
you guys?
commentary.
One match. We won't do the whole thing, obviously.
We want every loser to commentate after. Talk on, like, come over and talk. Tell us.
Come
how you
on,
feel.
yeah, come on. Somebody set
Mitch will
something
go
up.
live for interviews.
In the pit. Perfect.
Love it.
Okay,
Love it.
we'll do
Perfect.
something fun next week. All right, guys. Thanks again. We'll check you all later. Have a good one.
Bye.
Ah.